I know we all want to dig for samples, but imagine if you could make your own samples. Like imagine if you could compose at a drop of a dime whatever you wanted. You can. Sign up for sample class, producer courses, sample class. Tap in with CMP. Of course my dog want to start barking as soon as I start streaming. That's on brand. We're doing that. Command V. Everyone. Send now. Shoot this out on Twitter. Adrenaline, what's up, bro? Beat Juggernauts was good. Oh, that reminds me. We could look at that thing you showed me. Whoa, pause. The video that you shared with me. Okay. MPC back.
Music Tech Works. Music Tech Works.
What's good, people? Said Mac here with Music Tech Works. So today we have the original MPC, and we have
Bro, my guy's got the MPC Playhouse, bro. My boy's got the fucking MPC X, 61, and the 60.
the newest MPC. Okay, so we're going to do a little bit of comparison here. So this MPC is actually the MK2 version of the original MPC, but the only difference is the plastic case, the headphone jack.
Yo, said Mac, bro. If you want some unsolicited advice, if you put timestamps where these so people could react and share your stuff easier, it'll be a help. Cause I see you got this, which means you're not, you're not playing when you're doing this. You went out and bought the real stand so you get the overhead shot. You know what I mean? That's serious, bro. Just let me get some timestamps here.
And also the original MPC had the tilt screen on it. This is just one piece. Okay. Besides that, they're the same MPC. Remember,
Trey seen it. You guys have seen this already. Beat Juggernaut seen it. Adrenaline seen it. What'd you guys notice? I heard the difference on the kick. So the thing you guys all said, the kick, yeah, the MPC 60, that it you really like, you really hear it on the kicks and you hear it on the hi-hats. Bro, listen to the difference between those two hi-hats. Listen to the difference between the two hi-hats. That's a like that is like, that's like a whole vibe. Like that's Mr. Natty. 60 warm, instrument louder. Yeah. The MPCX does not sound bad, though. I think that's a underexplored take. You know what I mean? Like they definitely sound different. You can definitely hear it. Everyone can hear it. Like, listen, if you make music, you even people who don't make music, like, you can listen to the two and be like, yeah, I hear a difference. I don't think that people who don't make music would explain, would be able to explain it. And you've always got those people who tell on themselves, because like, if this is your opinion, if your opinion is like, well, it doesn't matter to the consumer, like, I need you to finish that sentence, right? You need to say, well, it doesn't matter to the consumer because the consumer doesn't really care about my beat. They care about the artist that they're listening to. Right? I just want to hear you finish that whole sentence. Just say the whole thing. Say the whole thing. And then think about it a little bit more, right? Think about all of the producers that people do care about what their beats are, like, as much or more than the artist. And then try to think about what they have in common. Like, just, finish the thought experiment out. B Juggernauts, there is a question that producers miss what they have never used, but in reality, they've heard the difference in the hit records. Tony Paymo, what's good, bro? Bro, those sound completely different. those sound completely different. But here's the thing. The MPC X does not sound bad. Like you listen to the MPC X and it doesn't sound like, you're not like, oh my god, this is such a a terrible sound. You know what I mean? It does not sound bad. I think that's what's kind of getting lost with a lot of people who are like picking a side. You know what I mean? Is that neither of them sound bad.
then I took this same piano part and I just sampled it into the X. Cause I don't have a MIDI, I don't have a module or anything hooked up to it. So what I did, I just sampled. I see here and the MPC XC is cleaner. You know, I can hear without having to do any kind of mixing or anything. I hear each sound and everything separately. And to be fair, I played the piano part on the MPC X SE, and then I took this same piano part and I just sampled it into the X.
Is the MPC 60 12 bits? I don't. Is it 12 bits? I don't want to. I don't want to bore you guys with this now. 60 is 12 bit. Okay, I had to take your word for it. I don't know, for some reason I thought it was 20 bit. That might be the fucking 3000 that I'm thinking of. Oh yeah, it's 80s vibes. It was 80s vibes. All right, bet. So I did the thing. I hit the mean streets yesterday. Hit the mean streets and got the old X. Dude, this thing was in pristine condition. Bro. Like, but when I got it, I dropped a picture in the Discord. Here, you guys see this? so you know I'm not lying. Fucking 2.07. 2.07, bro. This thing, bro. I was like, because bro who sold it to me pulled up in a blue Monte Carlo with a different color hood. I'm like, yo, where'd you get this? You know? Oh, it's at a studio, and they, it was their like studio piece. But nobody ever used it. It was just at the studio, just there, right? So you notice the pads don't have finger, bro, like all of my MPCs look more worn than that, And this thing was just was just sitting there like a gift, bro, just waiting to waiting to be discovered, bro. Like I can't believe it. I got so lucky. Finally got the X for the price that I want. And the first thing that I could tell you about it that's that's like kind of crazy is just it's how big the screen is, right? So they don't, it's I think the regular one is like a 7.2 inch screen. Hold up, I gotta shut this door because this dog is gonna drive me crazy. Hold up, stand by. Yo, what are we doing? Destructo, thank you. I appreciate it, bro. I appreciate it. I appreciate it. Thank you. Yeah, no, CMP got a barnyard, got a barn find. Yeah, dude, this is definitely on some. It was awesome. It is awesome. Anyway, so this here, yeah, dude, it's sad. It cost $1,000. You know, it was up on. Listen, if you guys you gotta AB it with the 2500. Listen, I'm not gonna fucking AB it. I tell you this right now. I'm not gonna AB it. I don't think that ABing is the test that I want to say this without like disparaging people and their beliefs and their methods. So give me a second. But so in my opinion, right? Because there's so much. All right, let's say it like this. You know how like Decap has them videos talking about like, hey, if you take a wave file and you put it into Ableton and you put it into FL Studio and you bounce the same exact wave file and then you put them into a DAW and null them, you don't see any audio, right? Then that means that DAWs don't have a sound. That's the proof. And like tests like that, they remind you of science class, but music is not science class. Music is its own class, right? And you don't use your eyes to make music. You use your ears. So what I'm going to do for you guys is I'm going to cook up on the MPC when I stream. Sometimes it's going to be the X, sometimes it's going to be the 2500, right? I'm going to I hate a null test. Yeah, bro, a null test is completely invalid in the digital space. It makes sense in the audio in the analog world, but it doesn't make sense in the digital space because it's happening visually. It's whatever, bro. Like, just I don't want to do this, but so I'm gonna make beats on the X. I'm gonna make beats on 2500. I'm going to do what I do with them in Studio One. Then one day, like when I've got 25 or 50 of each, we're gonna listen, right? We're just gonna listen. We're not gonna go like back and forth in between like different sounds. And then based off of that, we're going to build our opinion. We're going to build an opinion of what beats sound like when a producer, right? When a producer uses them in his workflow. Okay. So it's me making the beats that I want to make, right? In the workflow I want to use, and I'm going to use the separate tools. We're not going to put it into a sterile and science environment. We're going to put it in a real world environment and take note of the differences and similarities, right? So when I work on the X, I'm working on it exactly how I work on the 2500, right? I'm going to record a sample into it. I'm going to use some drums off of a removable storage device, okay? I'm going to track it in one track at a time through the main outputs into a preamp, through my interface, and into the DAW. That's what we're going to do. Aren't all the standalone MPCs prior to the original MPC X all analog? They're all digital, bro. They're all computers. They were all computers. So anyway, let's find a Sampeezy that we can use. Two Papa, are you going through the 6? Yeah. You know, I'm not you know, trying to like show my whole chain and like make people feel like they got to get what I got or anything like that, you know. But yeah, we're heating it up. We're heating it up. Because again, it's like I'm not doing this to be like science class. I'm doing it to be like how I would use my shit, you know. Otherwise I just wouldn't do it, you know. All right, so what am I doing here? Cause like the reason why I don't do ABs and shit like that is because like, bro, I'm never, you know what I mean? Like imagine me asking you to imagine me asking you to do what you want to see. You don't want to do that shit, bro. You cook up, right? You make beats. Like you don't want to take and make the same beat on this machine. Like every time you make a new beat, you want to make a new slap. You know what I mean? Like that's why I'll never do that shit. Cause I don't fucking care. You know what I mean? Like I don't care that much. I think it's well, it's not a terrible test, but I think this is a better test, bro. Because all my ideas are the best. You know what I'm saying? You feel me? No, I know what we're doing there. Fucking kidding me. All right. It's already connected. I don't know what you're talking about. Boom. Oh, I gotta make a template on this shit. I forgot. Oh my god. Yo, this is so crazy. I can't tell you how crazy this is. Just being like I'm legit excited because you know I know how to use an MPC, but having all the buttons again to move around this piece of shit and not have to use the touchscreen to do stuff like that, like as an old head, as a gray bush, whew, makes me so happy. I think the big difference is more than just how it sounds, but more about how it feels. More than hearing the difference. I think it's easier to feel the difference, in my opinion. Sky Mellow, that's valid. That's super valid. Fucking yeah. So good. Here. Yep, sir. That's dope. They gave us a switch up and everything. Let's go. Keep it. All right. To the main now. Where the fuck is sample edit? Ah, bam. I definitely appreciate about the new NPCs, like how quickly you could go into, the setup is so easy, seamless. It's seamless. All right, so what are we doing here? $73. That's not a real BPM. Does it work? Let's go. I remember looking at this number pad like, who the fuck would use that number pad? No, that number pad is amazing. Let's get some chops. I don't know why I didn't buy this right away. That's my fault. I've been depriving myself of this forever. You guys don't understand how I feel right now. Is it my first time ever like using this for real? Man, fucking shift that. Bert, do it. Man. Oh, I can't wait till I have muscle memory with this. What? What? Bro, what did these people have on the metronome? What is that? Dog, listen to this. No, 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 no. No. We are not doing that. Oh my god, what is that? What is that? Oh, what do we even know where to find that at? This is bad. Tap tempo 3 taps, flash tempo light, yep, foot switch, velocity after touch. MIDI sync, sequencer. Who even changes that? Bro, do you guys know where you think it's a drag down menu from the main? What is it? What the fuck is a drag down menu? Shift. Oh, I see it. Right there. You right. You right. You right. Thank you, sir. Thank you. All right. Side stick. Why would you ever pick side stick? And it's just on record, not on record and play. Why is it like that? Counting. So where's my count? Beautiful. Let's get some drums. Let's get some drums up in here. Hit the browser. Oh, places. We don't want to be here. I'll tell you that right now. We want to be on the MPC card. Drums. Why can't I tap that? Why what's up with that? Choose the same kit we've been using. Load this. Might need that. Go. True hat. Don't know. Just getting some shit. First snare. True sample aside. Tell you what, this shit is loud. Why? Why? Tell me why he ain't nothing but your mom's ache. Program edit. Where you at? Where you at? Where you at? Where you at? Yoink. Why are you acting like that, though? This snare does not go. It don't go. Browse. Give me this shit. Okay. Okay. I don't think I'm gonna go crazy with. I don't think I'm gonna go crazy with the snare or anything. Go back to main. Let's do this again. Double the length. Do something here. Why is that shit so late? Which sample edit that? What you guys been doing in here? That 10-inch touchscreen is the truth. It's like putting on glasses after using a live. Let me tell you, bro. Like, listen, I don't got the bird dog eyes anymore. You know, so it's definitely helpful. Which MPC do you have? Would you get rid of it for an MPC X SE? Is that for me? Cam Black, appreciate you pulling up the stream, by the way. Oh, y'all been going in. The screen is floppy. Put the kickstand down. There's a kickstand. Oh my god. I didn't even know this was a thing. How's that shit work? Oh my god, look at that. Look at that. I didn't even know that was a thing. Put the kickstand down. Oh, look at it. Oh. Oh, that's amazing. Oh, that makes me so happy. That's super fancy. Bro, that's bro, that's how you know I don't know nothing about the X, bro. That's how you know I don't know nothing about the X. I wonder if I could just sample this. That's all I need. Where is that 808 or that bass? How come we're so weak coming in? Oh, oh, that's too short. That's what she said. MPC X, I appreciate you for having 4 inputs. Let me just tell you that much right now. I respect you for that. We got to hit the program edit now. Note on. Something weird happened there. Yo, they definitely made this MPC for old heads because they got a button for everything. A button that'll fucking take you everywhere except to the piano roll. They don't got no piano roll button. What the hell was going on here? What were you thinking, sir? What were you thinking? I'll example. Let's put this with the same swing. Shift. 56, 8 bar. Yep. I like this. Can I shift this? get a for sale says CMP, this is what I'm talking about. Back on that Scarface type shit. Thank you. I need tips on how to quantize on the MPC. The global TC confuses me. How to do it on the whole song versus one track. So what you got to do is like the workflow that I got into was I made it so that because I like to, I'll put everything into try not to, I only use a track when I need a track, like if it's going to be like a virtual instrument. But if it's all samples I could trigger on one shot, I put it all into one group or one program, you know what I mean? And then that way each pad is a, right? And you see how they get highlighted like that when you tap the pad. So if you want to do a something on an individual track, then global time correct is going to be on. That just means that it's going to time correct when you record in, right? And then if you want it to be on all tracks, you just do all tracks. You could do that shit. But if not, you want it to be events selected, right? That's what you want to work on. Just always do events selected, and then this is what you're gonna change. That's it. I need another binder. This shit still feels like it's not from the same place. I can definitely do cocaine novellas to this beat. Okay, so you guys are all right. Why won't it let me monitor the thank you. coming in hot. Only MPC nerds care about this. Never met a regular consumer that gave a fuck what was used to make a beat. That's facts. I mean, I never met a regular consumer that gave a fuck who made the beat. And when they came across producers that they did give a fuck who made the beat, they were MPC nerds who cared about this. So, you know, just take that into consideration when you bring that up. Because dog, the only producers that people give a fuck about are MPC nerds who fucking can tell the difference. I don't even think MPC nerds, it's not only MPC nerds who could tell the difference. Everybody could tell the difference. It's just that everybody hasn't had a chance to be in a room with both of them. You know what I'm saying? Like, the reason why it's only MPC nerds who could tell the difference, because it's only MPC nerds who have MPCs. You see what I'm saying? So an MPC nerd, like, you ain't really MPC gang if you got one MPC. Like, if you got an MPC One, you're not really MPC gang. Like, you're trying it out. You know what I mean? You're fucking selling nicks, bro. You got 10 Adderalls. You got 10 Xannies. You don't got a script. Once you get that second one, now you're an MPC gang. Now you're a part of the cult. And when you're in the cult of black magic, which is MPC world, you pay attention to things that people who just, stream music don't pay attention to. That's a fact. Absolutely. That's a solid comment. No Rent TV says I got 4. Yo, right now, I don't even want to tell you guys how many I have right now. I gotta I gotta get rid of some, bro. If you want a one retro, hit me up. I will send you a one retro for a fucking killer deal. And if you want a live, I'll let you get my live one for super cheap. The super cheapest live that you'll ever get. I got an MPC One. I'm getting my feet wet. Yo, and there's nothing wrong with that, bro. There's nothing wrong with that. Don't get it confused. There's nothing wrong with that. Yo, my boy said the MPC One is great in capital letters, bro. MPC One gang, I feel bad for them because they got an inferiority complex. They really do, bro. They really do. $250? No, you're out your fucking mind, bro. Come on, be a serious adult. $250? Be a serious adult, bro. Don't ever do that. Don't ever do that. Like, it's not much more than $250. Like, I'll let it go for $400, but $250, like, you're a crazy person. You can't even get an ounce of fucking good weed for $250, bro. What the fuck you talking about? Why you doing that, Alfonso? I appreciate you though. I appreciate you popping up in the stream. I was just surprised when I read that. That's all. Oh. Yeah, I'm not. God, MPC One gang is so like like anytime you say something about the MPC One, they're like, I'm good enough. And that's not how I mean it. It's just like, listen, I've been doing music for a long time. They've been buying gear for a long time. Like, it's just, you get one MPC and you want another one. And the people who get that other one, they're different people than the people who just have the one. And I don't mean the MPC one. I just mean like that one MPC, you know? MPC One hatred again from UI, dude. I don't have MPC One hatred. I own an MPC One, bro. You guys just have a fucking inferiority complex because anytime anybody says anything about the music, it's automatically seen through the perspective of somebody attacking you, and it's not a personal attack at all. Like you guys are the you guys are the FL gang of MPC world, and I need you to do better. The limiter on the output stage of the units applies like 3 dB of gain reduction. They're definitely not transparent. All of the current MPCs are basically the same. With the money you save on getting a used MPCX instead of an SC, you can get a Supreme Live 2 or something. Yo, that's facts, bro. That's facts. I'm telling you, bro. Like the fucking MPC, the MPC X coming out was the best thing that ever happened to me because I was finally able to catch somebody slipping and get into an MPCX, bro. Yo, I'm gonna say something that's gonna feel like a personal attack, and I'm telling you, I've seen X's going for $800. Yeah, it's a good time to get an MPCX, bro. I'll tell you guys something that might seem like a personal attack, but it's not a fucking personal attack. It's just the logical exercise, right? So this isn't at anybody, you know. But whenever I see somebody saying like, you know, the average consumer doesn't notice the difference, my thing is if you're going to say that, you need to have average consumers listening to your music. You need to be successful in having average consumers listen to your music. Otherwise, you telling me what you think average consumers will notice about your music when average consumers don't listen to your music, like that doesn't check out. That's not an opinion for you to have. Like you're not qualified to have that opinion because you don't have any average consumers. You know what I'm saying? The only person who's listening to your music is you, right? So let me make it so it's not a personal attack. Let me make it so it's me so that you understand it better, right? I'm not selling no, it's not shots fired. Look, I'm going to point it back on me, right? Because if I can point it back on me and I'm just an average man in Florida, the rest of you, you know, superheroes out there should be able to be man enough to do the same thing, right? So I do not sell music. I do not have all of the average consumers in the world or in America listening to my music. I don't. I've got some producers on YouTube who fuck with me and watch me make beats. You guys ain't the average consumer, okay? So me, if what I like is different than the average consumer, right? Why would it make sense for me to prioritize the average consumer when my music does not reach the average consumer? My music reaches me. So if when I'm making music, I want to hear it at, you know, whatever, you know, whatever manifestation or whatever, you know, whatever version of that I want to hear coming out of my speakers, like listen, the average consumer doesn't have Genelec speakers in a subwoofer. Does that make me a fucking dumbass for getting Genelecs in a subwoofer? Right? The average consumer doesn't have a cloud over their listening station. You know what I'm saying? The average consumer doesn't have a treated room with bass traps in the corner and custom built panels, right? Nobody in the audio world would be like, hey, bro, you're a fucking idiot for treating your room. You are so stupid. The only people who care about a treated room are engineers. What are you wasting your time with that? Just do it on just listen, everybody listens to it on AirPods. Just put the Bluetooth headphone in and cook up on your AirPods. That's what the average, like run it all the way out. That doesn't check out. Cam Black says, I think the average consumer notices, but they don't describe what they like by the quality. They just care if the song is good or not. And whether it's good or not is a compromised things. No, exactly, Cam. Exactly. Listen, the average consumer notices. There's a reason why Unmixed, Unmastered is Kendrick Lamar's least selling record. And it's not because they didn't do videos. Craftmaster, so you are not a fan of the One? Dog, where the fuck do you get that I'm not a fan of the One? I have a One, bro. I have more videos cooking up with the One than any MPC. Where did you get this is what I mean about MPC One gang having a fucking inferiority complex, because I've cooked up with the MPC I've used the most on this channel is the fucking MPC One. And we're talking about CMP don't like the MPC One. No, I just think the people who use it have an inferiority complex about the fact that they have the least expensive MPC, and they feel like when people who have more expensive MPCs talk about their shit that they're somehow maligning or attacking MPC One users, and they're not, bro. They're not. Nobody is saying that. When labels ran things, they did one thing right, and that's the Sonics. Yeah, no, that's a fact. They invested in it. They had budgets. You know what I mean? The One is the same thing as bro. It's the size. They feel inadequate with the tiny ass pads. Yo, MPC One users got pad envy, bro. Oh no, oh no, bro. Dude, the MPC One is an amazing MPC. It's got the form factor of a legacy MPC, which is what I like the most about it. It's got those tiny ass pads, but those tiny ass pads, they're like the smallest that a pad could actually be. Like, I can't use the pads on a force or a push. Like, I can't use those like for real. You know what I mean? I could never do that, you know? But the pads on the Force, like, they're just big enough so that, you know, like I looked at it, I was like, yo, am I gonna be a problem? Am I gonna hit the other pads? No, I never like had a misfire or no shit like that. Like, it is the leanest. It is the leanest version of them all. It's got the same amount of expandability. And you know me, like, the way that I think MPCs work best is when you use them like how the old ones are used. Sample audio in, record, you know, and record it out. And it has the same operating system. You can expand the storage and then run everything off an SD card. This shit's awesome. All right. Word, and if you want the sound of the classics, you can dial it in on the master bus. Yeah, not really. You can I would say more like if you need additional character, you can you can dial it in on the master bus. I would say if you're experienced, because here's the thing, David. Like, I had this discussion. Like, I had this fucking disagreement with Guru, and he's like, "Yo, I could do all that." And I'm like, "Dude, it's because you worked on an SSL console. You have the memory to be able to the sound. But if you never worked on an MPC 60, like this is what, let me make it so it's not you, it's me. I've never worked on an MPC 60, so I can't just go to a YouTube video or go to beats that were made on an MPC 60 and replicate what that does to the kick and replicate what that does to the percussion on a master channel. No, I can't do that. Somebody who has extensive experience with the MPC and they know what that sound is and they know how to reproduce it with their toolkit, they could. But like somebody who just bought an MPC One yesterday, no, the fuck, they cannot make it sound like the old units. Not because they're terrible or they're worthless, or not because they don't have the right gear, they don't have the right experience. You know what I mean? That's a part of having it. You can source data by having both side by side or using impulse response. I mean, yeah, bro. You could do that. I mean, I could fucking... David, that's not realistic for somebody who just bought a One, is what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. And you guys know I'm right. Don't don't do that, bro. Don't be weird. No Rent says the beat is too slow. Dude, all my beats are in trap time. I don't do like a lot of ba-doom boom tack, boom ba-doom tack, ba-doom boom tack. David says, I really didn't care and I still don't. I have a hybrid setup, but the debate was taking up too much airspace on YouTube, so I decided to look into it. Not only did you decide to look into it, you decided to make a whole preset emulating the MPC 60 and put it on GitHub. JT, I appreciate you, bro. Antitrust says, it's almost like you're making the beat you want to make. I know, bro. It's a crazy concept. It's insane. I don't think I bounced this. I did not bounce it. I got to do more stuff to this. This is still, I got to add the sprinkles. Analog Banger says, people got to remember that hip hop production is all about taking technology to new heights. Even the TR-808 was a failure at first, then Marley Marl sampled that ish, and the rest is history. I mean, we're in a different time right now. You know, during that era, it was, you know, use the shit that you could get your hands on to make a record. You know, get into a studio. Everybody's trying new stuff. This is like a different era. Like now we have people like directly. We have tech companies directly marketing to us and catering to us, and you know, trying to make what we do easier. So here's something I got to do. This is 146. 146. Sync, receive. I think this is. Right? And then we come here. External devices. Where's my MPC? Red MIDI cable. We out here. That should be it. Where is... Oh. None. Hold on, boys. I'm sorry. I should have did this before. Okay. 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 30 drop it is. The thing I love about Crash Masters isn't sugarcoat nothing. Yeah, bro. Some people like that, and some people really don't like it. But it's true though, bro. Like the people who bro, if you can't cook up on an MPC and you like the Force better, that just means you're more comfortable on the computer, and just be comfortable on the computer, bro. Like don't come out here and struggle. You know what I mean? Like that's one thing I don't want nobody to do. I don't want anybody to struggle. You got to wrap this up. Listen, I know exactly when this game is starting, bro. Knicks fans ain't even watching this game, bro. I went straight to the NBA section of the Joe Budden podcast this morning. He's like, yeah, I ain't even watching this shit, bro. I mean, he was so tight. He's like, I've been structuring my whole week around this shit. And all they do is lose. I'm not doing it. This is fucking hilarious, bro. Guitar. Trap Boy Hustle says it's over for you next round. Laughing face, laughing face, laughing face. Like Trap Boy, you don't know that. I mean, you was probably saying it was over for me in the play-in. You was probably saying the Knicks were gonna fucking win this year. Like, here's the thing, bro. Like, I get that, like you can't watch teams from other markets. You know what I'm saying? But I want you to know something. Since the 1920 season, since 2019 to 2020, right? These past 3 years, no team in the NBA has won more playoff games than the Miami Heat. All that tells you is that the Miami Heat in these in this block of time, that the Miami Heat are an excellent playoff team. Right? They're an excellent playoff team. So regardless of like who's on the roster or what you think about the role players or what you think about Jimmy Butler, like if you're going to look at it, you know, honestly, without bias and be logical, you know what I mean? Like looking at talent is like a very like feminine way of examining the NBA, right? So like and I don't mean like bitchy or soft or anything, but it's like feminine energy. It's not logical, right? Like you see somebody like Kevin Durant go to Phoenix and you're like, oh my God, they're a lock to win the championship because it's Kevin Durant. But like a more like male logical way of looking at that is like, yo, look at all the depth that they lost to get to do it. It's gonna be hard for them to do it in the same year. They're gonna need to backfill some of that depth, especially going against deep teams in the West, like the Lakers and the Nuggets, right? You know what I'm saying? The emotional response is, oh my God, Kevin Durant is so good. You know what I mean? Wherever he goes, he's gonna make them a champion, you know. That shit, that's what that's about, you know. So when you see a team like the Heat and nobody like shoots step back threes, you know, you're gonna be like, hey, there's no way that they could be winning, you know. But if you look at the numbers, more wins, you know what I mean? Haven't won the championship yet, but have been more successful in the playoffs than your team. Especially if you're a Knicks fan. When's the last time you played in the playoffs? It's like 10 years ago. Who'd you lose to? The Miami Heat. You know? You know? The Lakers are going to beat Denver, though. We have already done it. The Lakers, bro. The Lakers. I don't know, bro. Whatever. I always want LeBron to win. You know what I mean? He blessed us. He blessed us with a couple banners. It's hard to root for Steph. It's just Steph is like the kind of player that people who have never played basketball at a high level that tell other people you've never played basketball at the high level when talking about basketball, like that's who Steph that's who likes Steph, because they look at him, they're like, you know, he's not that tall, you know, he doesn't play a physical game, he's just got a great shot, you know, I could just work on my shot and I could, you know, go out there and play like Steph Curry, you know, he's like that guy that people could see themselves in. You know, if I didn't sprain my ankle at in daycare, you know, I would have been able to go pro, but you know, that ankle injury in daycare just took me out. Those guys, you know the type. Steph got that dog in him. I won't debate that. Yeah, no, this is definitely a beat that you could hear Conway on. For sure. For sure. Yo, yeah, the guitar is kind of like the Young Ma song. Good ear, bro. That's that's definitely everybody's favorite thing, right? When somebody comes in the studio and you know you're cooking up and everybody's like, yo, what's up, what's up, what's up? Oh, okay, yeah, you working on this beat? Yeah, it sounds like something else. It sounds like something else we all know. That's the best feeling in the world. Look at that! Look at that! Look at that! Look at that preamp clipping the old kicks for us, getting a little bit of saucery. A little bit of saucery in there. I know you see it. I appreciate you popping up in the stream, bro. Yoink. You're a crook, Captain Hook. Thank you for a sale. I appreciate you, bro. So did we decide the MPC sounds better than the current MPCs? It's a preference, dude. You know what I mean? It's a super preference. Like, listen, I'll tell you like this, right? Like like the MPC, like having both of them, if I knew that I was gonna make like after I'm gonna make like 25, like I said, I'll make 25 on the X, 25 on the MPC 2500. We'll have a listening session. We'll have thoughts and prayers and everything. You know what I mean? But today, like I feel like if I knew I was making a beat like this, like I was gonna make like a Conway ass beat or some shit like that, and I was like, all right, what tool do I want to use for that? I would use the MPC 2500. But if I was gonna make something up tempo, like a Cardi beat or a fucking Meg The Stallion beat, something with like the Z808, like doom 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 doom, you know what I mean? And sauce up the hi hats and shit like that. The sound from like the 2500 of those machines, it's not something that you need for like that type of beat. You're more looking for the more cleaner and like the more cleaner and spaced out sound of the X, because this, I don't know how to explain the way this sounds to me right now. Like, it sounds good, but it's almost like wider or some shit. I don't know. Like, everything feels like more spaced out. Castle All My Life says, all I have to say is the MPC X and SE are cleaner and capture the nuances of your sound. Yeah. Well, I mean, definitely they've got sharper converters and more dynamic range when you record in. You know what I mean? I think a big part also of like the sounds and vibes of the older units is the actual workflow of like record. Like, I don't know when you see I made this beat, but I'm doing it the same way that I would work with the old one, where I record everything into the unit and then track the beat out, you know, so you could get the realist like representation of the workflow and everything. But because I think that's important. Like, I seen somebody in a comment, they were like, I'll bet if I take a wave and put it in this one and put it in this one, they sound exactly the same. And it's like, that's not the test, bro. That's not what people are talking about. Like, and that's the thing that you got to learn with a discussion is, you know, some people when they, you know, when they're having a discussion, a big discussion like this or something, some people are just waiting for their turn to talk. You know, they have the idea and the concept in their head, and they're just waiting for the turn to talk. Like, they're not really listening to what you have to say. And like, I can always tell, like, the first thing that you bring into like an analog discussion, if you're just waiting for your turn to talk, or if you're actually trying to like come through with a meaningful exchange on these ideas. have a preset on this quantum interface, and I do think the MPC X sounds better just comparing the stereo outs. I wish I had the cash to grab a 60. I don't think, dude, I don't think I could use an old MPC that didn't have JJOS on it. Like MPC 60, like that shit don't even got waveform view on it. You know what I mean? Like that shit's a real classic struggle box. Man said no waveform view. Yeah, bro. Like I need this. I need to. Like I don't give a fuck, bro. Like I'm millennial. I need to see the waveform, bro. The first MPC I used was in 1998. Like, and that's what I remember is the Game Boy screen and the waveform view, and that shit was amazing technology. Like I can see the sound, and it's just like, you know, I was like, oh, that's where I need to bump. Oh, okay, do. Yeah, bro. Like that's how it all started for me, bro. So that's what I need. Just like FL Studio gang needs the step sequencer, or they don't know how to use a DAW. Same thing. I need to see that waveform view. I tell you what, I didn't have to do like a lot of mixing or anything like that, bro. I swear by the 60, don't even. Well, yeah, no. Is that the same drums from yesterday's beat? Yeah, yeah. It's the same kick. It's the same kick, same hi-hats. Do y'all mostly use standalone, or do you use controller mode? It depends. It depends on what I'm doing, right? So like I'm in a wave right now where I'm having a lot of fun, like using Sample It to find random samples. That's how I found this one, you know, and just focusing on sample based beat making, using an old ass Roland Phantom for my bass lines. Using one shots to kind of like fill out and texture the beat, you know, and just trying to make everything sound cohesive, using samples, you know, and trying to get everything to sound like a final product before it comes out of the MPC, no matter what MPC it is, right? And I think that exercise is a good exercise for everybody to work on, because like I don't like a lot of the texture in music where the creators are kind of like using like really advanced mixing techniques to do sound design and shit. You know what I'm saying? My boy said the snare is light in the ass. The one yesterday was thicker. Cool. So this would be the retort From the other side, we just take out the old API. No, I know it's not a slight, Sticks. I know it's not a slight. So I'm trying to work like in that workflow. You know what I mean? Like, all right, this is what we notice. This is what we notice is the difference. Because like people will come through. So like the goal of this game that I'm playing right now for like the next few months is like, yeah, this is a conversation. People are on their sides, but like you never see it demonstrated. You know what I'm saying? So with you guys here pointing out the differences, like now I could be like, oh, okay, here's a real world example of like how I was able to make something sound like, like a classic machine. You know what I'm saying? Analog Banger says, I don't think the difference is world ending. No, the difference isn't world ending. Absolutely not. But like I said, the goal of the game, is to provide, because fuck talking about it, bro. Like, let's just do it, right? I got the stuff. So I'll just put it up and document it. Okay, snare light in the ass. What do you do in that situation? And you want it to feel more beefy, like it came off an old machine. Get yourself an API EQ. That 250 band, that's gonna be your old MPC range. So we're at MPC X, MPC 2500. This is the MPC 2500 right here, bro. And we'll save the preset. Store preset, right? Description. MPC. Drums. And we'll call this snare ass. Skelly Bone, any tips on choosing a rack mount compressor that's affordable? Yeah, don't buy one that's affordable. And tell you that right now. So I have the no. Here's the tip. Don't ever use something that's expensive. If you're looking for an affordable compressor, don't ever rack mounted one, don't ever use a good one. Because if you use a good one, then you'll know what a good one sounds like and it'll ruin your day. I have the Warm Audio Bus Comp. I used to have the SSL Bus Plus. And the compressor that this has, the actual compressor, the way that the compressor works, it works just like an SSL compressor. It does not sound like an SSL compressor because the noise floor is different. These fuckers at Warm Audio, they cheap out on their power supplies, right? Which means their units are louder. They have more of the tss. Because I don't know if you know, I mean, if you have gear, right? It has a noise floor. So you gotta, it's not as easy as but it's cool. It's a stereo compressor. I can use it on a bus. I like using it on a bus. I use it with my SSL Fusion. It's just don't ever get a good one because because then you'll know why the one you have costs the amount that it does. That's all. That's my advice. I'm just being real, bro. You know what? Because I've like the one thing about buying gear is the one thing about buying gear is that you don't want to wind up in a situation where, because gear costs money. Like no matter what, it's not going to be $200. It's going to be like $500 to $1,000, right? So if you spend $500 to $1,000, you want to spend $500 to $1,000 and get some bullshit. You know what I mean? You don't want to spend $500,000 and come online and everybody's telling you what you spent your money on is bullshit. Regardless if you think that it's good enough, regardless if you know that it's good enough, when that happens, it's a terrible feeling. You know what I mean? Nobody feels like when the gear that they have has a bad review that's awesome. You know what I mean? So you just want to make sure that you get the right thing. Even like for me, the easiest way to get something that's affordable is you're like because to like I don't think an MPC X is affordable. Like $2,500 for an MPC in 2023, like that's a lot of money for an MPC. So for me, I was never gonna get one until I could get it for $1,000 or less. So I just kept looking for one until I found it for the price. You know what I'm saying? And unless you're a professional, which if you're a professional, you just need to get a gig that can cover the cost of your new gear. Like if you're a professional, getting a $3,000 gig shouldn't be something that's hard, right? Because you're a fucking pro. So if you're a professional, you get yourself the $3,000 gig, you buy yourself the $3,000 compressor, and you're gonna have it forever, you know. 2023 MPC 25, new folder, MPC X beats. The SSL 6 is the best deal in pro audio, bro. The SSL 6 is it's unfuckwittable. It's got 3 compressors on it. It's got 2 EQs on it. It's got 2 stereo preamps on it. It's got 2 mono preamps on it. It's got an insert signal. You can use it as a summing mixer. You can use it as a vocal channel strip. Like it's the shit. And you can find it on Reverb for $900. Clipping occurred. What do I got? Oh, this is. What about the Fusion? What about the Fusion? The last thing, guys, the last thing about like analog stuff is having analog stuff, it just makes it easier to get that final sound that you know from listening to music your entire life, right? Like when I had the SSL bus comp, that shit when I was making hip hop, songs, I put that SSL bus comp on my drums, and it made all of my drum sample packs. I was like, oh, these sound like sample packs. And then when I ran it through, the SSL bus, it was just like, boom, this shit sounds like rap music. This shit sounds like real like the major label industry released rap music. It sounded like rap music in the fucking studio. It was amazing. You know, like, is it possible to do that without? Yeah, of course, bro. But you don't know how to do it. That's why people buy those pieces of gear. You know what I mean? Because they're not experts in replicating what the gear sounds like. That, like, replicating what the gear sounds like is a completely other skill. Like, that's not some shit that you learn in fucking YouTube tutorials, but my boy. What about the Fusion versus the SSL6? Which one would you buy first? Okay, so that question is completely 100% dependent on what you're trying to accomplish, right? So so think about it like this. The SSL6 is a tool that is used for recording, right? So say for example you got an MPCX and you use it in controller mode, which there's nothing wrong with that. Like, I think most people should use the MPC in controller mode because of their level of comfortability with VSTs and shit like that. You know, they're gonna want to use it in controller mode. So if you had an MPC and you were using it in controller mode and you wanted to, like, make your beat wider and, you know, add some analog harmonics to it, you know what I'm saying? Have an analog EQ on the low and the high, you know, and have a stereo imager. An SSL Fusion would make more sense because you're more comfortable inside of this environment. So it'll allow you to get all of the advantages of, you know, recording audio, sending an audio signal through some transformers and through a saturation circuit and through a hardware EQ, right? Which, like, this is not up for debate. Hardware EQs sound better than digital EQs because of what happens when you boost highs over the Nyquist frequency and how that introduces aliasing. Like, no one's been able to solve that problem yet. So I had the WA73, but I didn't feel that was the next level. I didn't feel that next level feeling. Listen, the WA73 sucks dick, bro. That shit is terrible, bro. That shit is terrible. I still have mine. I haven't sold it because I feel bad selling it to somebody, dog. Like, that shit is awful, bro. That shit is awful. Which EQ do I run? I use the SSL EQs, bro. I love the SSL EQs. I love the Violet EQ and I love the EQ that comes on the 6, bro. Like, those those EQs are amazing, bro. The other good thing about you know, the good thing about the SSL6 is, like, say you ever wanted to make, like, a solo project, right? Like, you're like, yo, I'm gonna make 6 beats and I'm gonna rap on them, and I want it to be like all MPC. So you could go track out your MPC through an SSL console circuit, bro. You know what I mean? So you go, and I keep hearing warm audio is, well, hold up. So you go, you can track your voice through an SSL console circuit. You can track your fucking, what's it called? Your MPC through a console circuit. Then if you got an interface that has 8 outs, you could send those 8 outs back into the SSL6, and you can use the G bus comp, right? You can use the G bus comp to be your bus compressor to get that mix glue, and then you record that back into your DAW. You put the fucking L2 on that shit, and I promise you that shit is going to sound better than anything that has an FL soft clipper on it. Like, it is going to sound objectively better. It doesn't matter how many phasers and filters and hi-hat rolls. The Big Six is expensive. Yeah, dude, you don't want the Big Six. The Big Six is the Big Six is way too much sauce, bro. All the Big Six is gonna do is make your studio hot, bro. Like this guy right here, he's already dropped the price a little bit. I'd come in here. I'd come in here and offer him $900 fucking dollars. Let's come in here and offer him $900 real quick, bro. I'm telling you, bro. This is the best deal in pro audio. Because once you have this, right, like say you can use the insert circuit and add to your rig. So then you press this insert circuit down, and then you know, maybe in a couple years you get an SSL fusion. So you send like, you come back, you use this as a summing mixer, you bring it down into the 2-channel, you send it out to the insert, which, you know, has your SSL fusion vibes on it, and then you compress what the SSL fusion did with the G-Bus comp. Oh my god. And it's a beautiful thing. It is a beautiful thing, bro. These things are amazing. I still can't believe they made this. They really gave people like us who are our age that had dreams of going into a studio, you know, because people who make music now, they don't give a fuck about, you know, ever getting to use some SSL stuff. But people who, you know, it used to be like, yo, I wish I could get into the studio with a rapper or something and put my music on the SSL board. Like, dude, you can do that with this shit. You could definitely, like, that whole, like, yeah, I could get the sound of an SSL. You can actually do it with this piece of gear, and it's not a crazy price. Because you see, like, their cheapest console is $50,000 used. You know what I mean? And you got to deal with all this shit. You know what I mean? You're never gonna do that. We're not doing that, bro. ain't nobody got the time. We're not doing this, bro. I'm rocking with my cheap Soundcraft MTK 1200. Now don't get me wrong, bro. There's some sleepers out there. If you want to do the research and really find a gem, you could do it. You know, you just gotta know what you're looking for, bro. You're looking for yo, this ain't no bullshit mixer, bro. You got a couple aux channels on here. You got 3-band EQ on each one of your channels. Like, bro, like, I don't give a fuck. Like, it don't matter what's going on. The EQs on this are gonna be better than any plug-in EQ. As long as the like, bro, this is a serious mixer. This ain't no joke. Yeah, bro. This mixer ain't no joke at all, bro. This is like what the Tascam 12 was trying to be. They did the digital version of it. This shit's got a DBX broadcast limiter on it, and it's bro, look at all these effects, dude. Oh, I'm sorry, guys. Yeah, this is a little gem right here. Alfonso, I'm saying cheap in price. Got you, bro. Yeah, yeah. This is definitely. This is, bro. Thanks for this gem right here. This is. I would What I would do with something like this is I would look for one close by, and I would just before I handed over the money, I would just plug it in, right? Plug it in and like put the headphones on or cut the speakers on, and just cut your faders all up to 0 and listen to the noise floor and make sure. Like if you got a dB meter or something, like you should have one on your phone. Like you should have a dB meter on your phone. Just put it next to the speaker and measure and like look at that noise floor and make sure that it's not something crazy. And as long as it's got a low noise floor, good, bro. I bought mine for $350. Yeah, dude, that's a steal. So bro, you could because this is the same thing. It's a mixer. So any mixer is a summing mixer. You could come in 8 inputs, all on individual channels, and then you got the effects on. Bro, get out of here. Yeah, this is dope. They got the 22 out here in the streets if you want to be a big boy. This is a British brand. Yeah, Alfonso's really trying to show us something here, bro. Lee's gas station. You want to see what the MPC X is doing right now? I got to get ready to go. It's game time, boys. Here we got one going for 12 online. Somebody in New Zealand trying to get off one. 13.5 is what Reverb is suggesting people to. Like Eric right here, bro. I'm offering you $1,000, bro. I'm offering you $1,000. Somebody's gonna break. Analog Banger says some have Lexicon reverb built. Bro, let me find out. This is the little this is the cheat code for the sauce, bro. Yo, they do have the Yo, they've got Lexicon effects in there. That's nuts, bro. How have I never heard of those? I've never seen one of those mixers before. This one's got the Lexicon effects on it. This is the new one. So these have line and an insert circuit. 3-band EQ. Lexicon reverb. One aux channel, one FX channel, pan pot. They're more in live audio circles? Okay. Av used to have the small one. Oh, this is the interface that he had that was a mixer. Okay. That checks out. This is yeah, these are those are dope. That's awesome. Anyway, guys, let me get out of here. Heat in 5.